house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan, and with me in the studio, Nick VonBrick.
Hello.
With us on the ones and twos, Justin the Russian Concussion Mascaro.
Hello.
And not with us, Joseph. Joseph tapped out. Rest in peace. He couldn't handle the heat. He got out the kitchen. How do you feel about Joseph not being here?
Not good.
Do you feel like he was your good luck charm?
No.
No? If you have a bad week, are you going to blame Joseph for throwing off the Zen? All right, episode 128. If you are listening in your car right now, Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we invite you to head on over to the Big Easy Bets TV YouTube page and hit subscribe. We're doing a $100 for 100 subscribers giveaway, meaning all of our first 100 subscribers will be entered into a giveaway. We will randomly select somebody that gets $100, a Big Easy Bets shirt of your choosing, and a Big Easy Bets hat. It's a good deal. All you got to do is hit subscribe. We appreciate everybody that already has. We need your help. We're growing quick, actually. We're getting like 200 views per episode. It's more than I was expecting, at least. If you set the bar low, you only get pleased with the return on investment. So. Another good week for you.
Yeah.
Just another day at the office.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, swept the board in the NFL again. You hit your Saturday morning ad, brings you to 5-2, and then a 4-2 day in college. I mean, the rich get richer while the rest of us over here just fight for our lives. Like, what's his name? I'm fighting for my life. R. Kelly.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about someone else.
No. All right. Episode 128. College football week 7, NFL week 6. Best and worst of the week. What was the best thing you saw this week?
I was gonna go with this might be someone else's, but Brian Robinson's return.
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah. That was the coolest shit I've ever seen. That was a top 5. I mean, that might be the best intro of all time. I like how they cut it off, too, right before he's like, I put a hole in somebody for fucking with me.
Yeah.
They cut it off right there. They're all right. Yeah, no, right. Brian Robinson coming out to Mini Men by 50 Cent after getting shot twice in the knee and somehow not having any structural damage. Yeah, I mean, you know how lucky you got to be? Good God. He got shot like a month ago, and he's back rushing for 2.5 yards a carry. So,
I mean, he got the bulk of their workload.
They just had 0 rushing attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm making a joke out of it, but it's incredibly impressive. When we heard that he got shot, it was like, okay, that sucks. Because I do think he can be really good. He was damn good at Alabama.
Yeah.
So.
But another cool thing I saw, which I mean, it's not nearly as cool, but Kenny Pickett was he kind of did something that I liked, which I'm not a big fan of Kenny Pickett.
Scored 3 points.
Well, they were down 38-3, but they had the ball with garbage time. It was like a minute left in the game, and Shaq lost and went low on his knee.
Oh, yeah. He
got up and
tried
to fight him.
Yeah, he did. Damn. Yeah, he did. No, he's got that dog in him. That's what I'm saying. Corral's not going to have half the
Corral
career.
played in a bowl game, all right?
He did.
Give it to him.
But he didn't go in the first round. They were telling Kenny, they were saying, you going in the first round. Actually, yeah, and he got hurt in the damn bowl game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just like Kenny Pickett. I do. I mean, it was it's a really tough start for your first start to go against the Bills. And their offense sucks. So.
And I don't think it gets much. I mean, it gets a little easier, but it's not easy at all.
Yeah.
Like, they picked a really bad time to throw him to the Wolves.
Yeah. Trial by fire, I guess. But yeah, so I don't know. I think he's got what it takes. We'll see. It's crazy. I was thinking about that. It's so crazy how much situation matters. Because if Geno Smith was on the Bills, they're probably fucking. I mean, Josh Allen's really fucking good. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. It's not close. But I'm just saying, like, Geno Smith on the Bills, they're still, without a doubt, a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's playing pretty well. If he's on the Chiefs, like, which that one, because Mahomes does some crazy shit. So, but it's just crazy to me, like, how many really good quarterbacks were there that just got drafted by the Bears and, like, their career never took off because they were in such a shitty situation or didn't have an offensive line or fucking a moron for a coach. So it's like, it's just crazy how much the situation, if so-and-so gets drafted here, he could have been a perennial Hall of Famer. Like, you know what I mean? I was just thinking about that because Geno Smith's kind of lighting it up.
Yeah.
And he was with the Jets.
Right.
A perfect example. I mean, the Jets were kind of a dumpster fire. So, but, I mean, I guess that when you're one of the top quarterbacks, you're going to get drafted by a shitty team. So the great ones will turn it around.
I forgot he was on the Jets.
Yep. That was post Mark Sanchez, right? He was the successor to Sanchez. He was fucking good at West Virginia, dude. He was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Was he with Tavon Austin?
I don't know.
I think he might have been. I could be wrong. Justin, what was the best thing you saw this week?
My grandma beat breast cancer this week.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, she got out of the
came
hospital
back
last
clean?
week, but like she went and had like her
Follow-up.
final follow-up, and it was all clean.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. My best was going to be Brian Robinson's. You saw me tweet about it, so.
Well, I saw it before that as well.
Well, no, I'm saying, but you saw that I acknowledged it and said like this was the coolest.
Well,
shit
that's
ever.
why I thought it might be yours as well.
Yeah. All right. The worst thing I saw this week was Antonio Brown's picture. Did you see that?
Which one?
He posted. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
He posted that he's starting a new NFL team. Y'all come sign up, and it said it was the Arizona Cardinals with like a big forehead and like a helmet, I guess, and it said the Retardinals. Antonio Brown said it, not me, but I laughed at it. He posted a cartoon of Tom Brady and Giselle, and he's like, it said, "Your dad's not gonna be home anymore." It was like looking like it was like a children's book, like illustration and all that. And it's Tom Brady leaving, and then Giselle and the kid are sitting on the doorstep, and then Antonio Brown's in the window of the house. It's just weird.
That is weird.
Why is he taking up this like personal vendetta with Tom Brady?
I think he's just trying to troll. He's kind of like,
you just assaulted a woman in a pool.
Yeah,
but it's like, why are you? It's like, yeah, you're trying to troll, but the guy's going through a public divorce now, and you keep like nobody else is saying a word.
He's just like,
they're not even saying a word.
He's embodying like being that now.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
like because he's such he does things that are so not normal.
Yeah,
like that a normal person wouldn't do. That he just does the.
So now he's leaning into being the villain. Okay,
right.
It's fucking weird. It really is. Like he was so good.
Yeah,
like that's what it's going to cloud the reality that he was incredible. Like him doing all this bullshit, it's going to crowd, and people are going to be like, okay, yeah. Like when most people, at least around our age, when they talk about T.O., they talk about him doing sit-ups in the driveway. They talk about all that, but it's like T.O. was a fucking arguably best wide receiver of all time, top 3 for sure. Which you can make an argument, but Antonio Brown was the best wide receiver in football, year after year. So all this off the field shit is definitely gonna take that away. So, but then everyone's like, but he was right. Like Big Ben was washed. Le'Veon Bell or Juju with the dancing, and he sucks, and this and that, and John Gruden's a racist, and everywhere they went, they're like, he was just exposing everybody. I thought that was funny. But all right, what was the worst thing you saw this week?
Oh, well, I'm just going to go back to why I was late. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, I go to my mom's before every podcast after work just because it's closer to here than where I live. And I left there a couple weeks ago, and I get basically here, all the way here, into the driveway, and I get a call. Hey, you locked us out the house. And I'm like, I'm thinking, did I really lock you out the house? They were working outside. I was like, maybe I did it by habit, just walking out and locked the door.
Yeah.
Well, then I get here today. I'm pulling into the neighborhood. I get a call from her. She goes, hey, I'm locked out the house. I said, no, not this time. I said, you were in the house when I walked out. How the hell did you get locked out?
Well, what'd she say?
She doesn't know.
So she accidentally locked herself out.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's why you said you were on the way, and then it was like 15, 20 minutes later, so I texted you and said, did you get in a wreck?
Yeah, I was like, they're not going to believe me this time. But I say that they're locked out the house.
All right, Justin, what was the worst thing that you saw this week?
The guy on the Warriors selling the Draymond video for $10,000.
Do we know who it was? They confirmed it?
No, but I think they found out how much he sold it for.
10 grand?
Yeah,
That's
it was 10 grand. At first, it was rumors that it was like a couple million, and then it came out that it was 10 grand, 10.5 grand.
Well, at least like $100K. You know how much publicity TMZ just got for that?
Yeah.
Like, that was the best return on investment. My God. Know your worth. If you're going to leak the video and lose your job, you just lost it over 10 racks? That's ridiculous. All right, episode 128. Like I said, go to Big Easy Bets TV on YouTube. Hit subscribe. Really, just type in Big Easy Bets. Hit subscribe. Enter in. We appreciate it. Thank you to the Wolfpack Broadcast Network for having us on the stream again. You go 2-0?
1-1.
You went 1-1. I went 1-0-1. Good turnaround for me.
Are y'all going to do basketball too? Or y'all just doing football?
For the stream? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they do that. That's a good question.
Because a couple times that I went to like a St. Paul's basketball game,
Yeah.
they always had like their Wolfpack broadcast people like sitting, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really official. They have the whole scores table
Yeah.
with a couple media people in there too.
Huh.
So,
I didn't know they did that. That's pretty cool.
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we'll have to talk with them about it. Yeah, I mean, Mike and Chip do a good job over there. That guy with the French fries, though.
Yeah. What number is he wearing always on?
76.
76 is dad.
Yeah.
Kinda doesn't have much of a presence of what's going on with the camera.
Just stands right in the way with the French fries and
Yeah.
asked me to move the stuff, and then he's like, man. Just standing there. I'm like, all right, we're rolling. You're in the middle of a bet, and he's like,
Yeah, because
looking through binoculars.
He carried up 40 pounds of French fries
Yeah,
up
well,
Covington High's bleachers. He's like, somebody take
Mike and Chip sent him to go get all the fries for the entire football team, apparently.
Right.
So, yeah, he was worn out, and then just set up shop. He brought the chair, and I was about to be like, I'm good. I don't need the chair. I appreciate it, though. And then he's just like, moves me to the side.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, fuck's going on, but all right. But while we're on that topic, shout out to Mr. Bob Arnold.
Yeah.
One of our, I would say, top listeners currently. And he's new to this. Yeah, I mean, you're representing well. He's new to this podcast. So we appreciate anybody who takes the time, but we definitely appreciate the ones who go back in and like, I mean, it may not seem like it, but we're putting time in on these picks. I mean, I guess it seems like it for you. It may not seem like it for anybody else. But yeah, so, all right. The top three is going to be top three Madden covers. It's undoubted. It's undoubtable. Is that a word? That I'm the best Madden player that y'all know. No, I don't get the credit that I deserve. You don't agree?
I mean, I don't play the game anymore.
We used to, though. I don't know if you've ever beaten me.
What?
I don't know if you've ever beaten me in Madden.
I have.
Maybe once.
No, I've beaten you more than once.
I
You
know.
would win more for sure,
Okay.
but never to beat you. That's not true.
I played Ryan probably 60 times last year's Madden. I think he beat me one time on like some bullshit because I'll fuck around and then get down and then I couldn't make the comeback. But yeah, I don't know. I think your judgment's clouded there.
No, you would definitely win most of the time. Like probably 70% of the time. If we played 10 times, I might win 3.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would we'll have to do that.
Well, I don't play the game anymore.
I'll give you 2 months to practice.
Well, we have to go back to the last Madden I played.
Okay, that's fine.
Which
I was better
shit.
at the other Maddens. It was probably 18 or 19.
Madden 19 maybe.
Probably 19. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, Madden's kind of like I don't like Madden anymore.
I love Madden. I was
Kinda
ranked.
turned
I
to
was ranked
shit.
number 13 overall. I have the picture still. Number 13.
Oh well.
I had people want to fight me over Madden. Actually,
in person.
yeah. No, well, yeah. You know him. Well, we won't mention it.
Okay.
They started a podcast. There was one episode. It's been years. We're still waiting on the second one. Yeah, he was talking mad shit. Beat the fuck out of him. Skunked him in the first quarter. Didn't say a word, and then I skunked him, and then I was just lighting him up. And he's like, oh, I'm going to fight you next time I see you. I was like, okay, you fucking pansy. But yeah, I mean, I don't get the respect I deserve when it comes to Madden. I just don't.
Fans of the NCAA game?
Fuck yeah. NCAA 06 with Reggie Bush on the cover. Incredible. Used to go to LSU, fucking make a running back.
Yeah, NCAA was sick.
I bought NCAA 14 during COVID for $200.
Jesus Christ.
I was sitting on money fucking
from the government?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming out with a new one next summer.
Yep.
That's going to be fucking awesome. That's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, because all the players will be in it and everything.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Yeah, you can use their actual likeness and shit. Yeah, that's going to be sick. All right, we will recap last week's college football slate and then dive into it. It's a weird week coming up. But, okay, there was Wednesday football. I can't pass up on Wednesday football. UCF SMU under 63.5. This one was one of those, like, it was a winner, but it was one of those, like, I just had that anxiety, like, oh, Christ, they're going to get a big play here any second. And then we were cruising, sailing to an easy win, and then we get a safety, and then the very next play is a breakaway touchdown. 10 points scored in like 30 seconds, and all of a sudden it got a little dicey there, but we held on. We hit the under 63.5. Nebraska -3 against Rutgers. Nebraska played the second half that I thought that they were going to play the full game. I thought that what they did in the second half, I thought that was going to happen the entire time. Rutgers couldn't do anything on offense in the second half, but you had Casey Thompson playing like shit in the first half. They blocked a punt, which gave them guaranteed points, which was the difference in the spread. Nebraska played so bad, and then they ended up coming back and winning the game by 1. And it turned out to like, okay, we need a miracle, like a busted play or a pick six or something to cover the spread. Didn't go our way. We were eating Mexican food while this was happening. The worst fucking service we've ever had, or at least me. I've never had worse service in my entire life. This one woman said that the rest of the staff hates her because she's blonde. I'm pretty sure they just hate her because she's a dipshit. It was kind of ridiculous.
I couldn't get the damn game on.
Oh, we kept asking her to change the channel. She's like, she came back. She was like, I tried so hard. I said, did you? What? You tried so hard to change the channel all night, but the channel never got changed? What are we doing? What hoops do we have to jump through to change the goddamn channel? I said, do the fajitas come with rice and beans? She said, no. I said, I'll add rice and beans. She brings me my fucking plate. I've got 2 orders of rice and beans. So what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
It was, there was way more than just that. Nick's margarita sat for fucking 20 minutes and melted. You said frozen. You didn't get frozen.
Yeah.
And then she's like, they didn't bring it? When she came back to the table, I'm like, it's right up there. It was just sitting there. She walked past it 30 times and she's like, they don't bring it because I'm blonde. I was like, no, I think they just they probably don't bring it ever. And the servers somebody forgot to tell you that they don't do that you have to do it yourself. But all right, that's a segue there. But all right, LSU +3. Bad pick. Nothing more to say there. Bad pick. Left tackle. Getting dehydrated didn't help. They didn't play Harold Perkins. The fuck was that? Put Harold Perkins on the goddamn field, please. Texas -7. They chirp you when you have bad picks, but they don't praise you when you pick a 7-point favorite that wins by a goddamn 50-piece. This game was an absolute blowout. The Red River shootout was the Red River murder. They absolutely ran them out of the building, 49-0. Boise State -7. I know Boise State better than anybody knows Boise State. I'm 2-0 betting Boise this year. Taylon Green fucking sucks at quarterback. I don't know if you watch this. They go up 7-0 like it was the easiest shit ever. They got to stop, then go up 7-0. And then they end up getting another stop. Got the ball back. I'm like, this is going to be a runaway. He is on his 5-yard line, 10-yard line, and throws off his back foot, throws a horrible interception. I think it was a pick six. I could be wrong. Anyway, his mechanics are fucking so bad. Really, really bad. He's fast as shit. He's 6'6", really fast for his size. Just in general, really fast. He'll never be a good quarterback. He just won't. His mechanics are horrible. He fucking likes to jump when he throws and
Is
shit.
he a freshman?
Yes.
Okay.
But he is really fucking dynamic with his legs. But they just dominated him on the ground. They were covering the number going in the fourth quarter, and then they get 13 unanswered in the fourth quarter. They win by 20. Or they were on the number. But yeah, anyway, Boise, easy win. With the backup, Fresno's outmatched. So Georgia minus 30. This one came out to be a little bit of a sweat as well. But 2 late touchdowns where it was looking like they could have coasted. 2 late touchdowns get us to the number after who the fuck were they playing? Auburn?
Yeah.
Auburn busted a run, I think, which was lucky as can be. But then Georgia marched down and punched it in. Wisconsin minus 10. We were both on it. This was another easy bet. They'll chirp you. They'll chirp you when you get a loss. But when you get a 10-point favorite that wins by goddamn 50, it's crickets. TCU minus 7 was a push. It's like the opportunity was there, just like I've been saying like I said with Iowa State. The opportunity was there for TCU to cover this, but then it got a little dicey, and then it turned out we were lucky to get a push. So I can't complain.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels got injured.
He did get injured, and then the goddamn curse of Jason Bean, the backup, comes in
Jelly
and
bean.
literally scored like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he did play well, I heard.
Yeah, he did. But it's like I can never get the backup quarterback to come in and just fucking suck. Anytime, like have the backup quarterback starting is a different story. Like Fife with Fresno, that's a different story. But if the starter gets hurt, you would think, okay, here comes the backup. We're good. Our chances of winning go up tremendously. Wrong. They come in and light it up every goddamn time. So we push minus 7. Duke minus 3. This was the game that had me starting to think that there was something really going on with that church, because I had no business covering this number, and they end up making an improbable comeback, lead a drive with they go 80 yards with like in a couple minutes, score with 8 seconds left to send the game to overtime. I went to that church that you jog by. I put the video on Instagram. This was when I was like, something really might be going on at that fucking church. Because if that would have hit, I was looking at 6-2 at that point, I think. Yeah, because I added Air Force Utah State under 54. I was about to be sold. So yeah, and then like I said, Air Force Utah State. I got antsy, added this one, shouldn't have added it. It was on pace for a very large portion of the game, and then the fourth quarter there was like 24 unanswered points. I say unanswered, 24 points scored in the fourth quarter, and we end up missing out there. But 5-4-1 on the week, but we did drop our lock. You went 4-2. You hit your what are you laughing at?
Oh, my lock.
What are you laughing at?
That I hit my lock.
No, I was saying, oh, yes.
I'm laughing because it wasn't supposed
yes,
to happen.
I was saying you hit your Saturday morning ad, but yes, you did hit your Houston +3 lock, which was remarkable. I can't get a goddamn game to go my way when it's up for grabs like that, or when it's looking bleak, and then you make a 0.01% chance of winning, come back to win outright.
Yeah, it was like, it's like the whole time watching this game, I'm like, Houston's a better team, but they didn't clean things up.
Yeah.
They played terrible when they got Memphis into 3rd and long. It's like Memphis just kept converting 3rd and long after 3rd and long. And then we got into the fourth quarter. It kind of felt like Houston was going to make a push for it. But I think at one point they were down 19 or so in the fourth or something close to that. But the part where you're talking about, they were down 13.
Yeah.
And they had the ball with like not a lot of time left. 3 minutes, they're down 13. And it's 4th and 10. And then Clayton Tune makes a miraculous play. He looks like he was going to get sacked, but then he ends up scrambling for all the first down yardage, gets it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like at that point, I didn't feel that bad because once he got that, I'm like, all right, we can score. And then they had already attempted an onside kick, which I thought was kind of stupid when they were down 10 points with 7 minutes, 47 seconds left. They decided to kick an onside kick, and it didn't look bad. The kick was it came up short and Memphis recovered it, but I'm like, all right, at least they got a
Yeah, but are you about to say you feel good about your chances on the second onside kick? Like
I did. Because they had
Why,
already
though?
kicked an onside kick and it didn't look bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, now they have another chance
It's
to clean it
still
up. It was a
not-
perfect kick.
It was, yes. I'm not saying it wasn't a perfect kick, but still, just the onside kick in general is still improbable that you recover it.
Yeah, but once we recovered it, I knew Houston was winning.
Okay, but you still had to recover it.
But I didn't
Nobody
feel
ever
like usually
feels-
in that situation, I feel bad about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, we have a chance because the kicker showed that he,
Yeah. I know, but nobody ever goes into an onside kick like, odds are we're getting this. Like,
I knew that the odds that we weren't going to get it, but it felt greater than a normal situation
no, yeah, I get what you're saying.
because I had already seen him kick an onside kick
Yeah, no, that was
not that long ago.
I mean, that's what I texted and I said, I swear to, because I was watching it. I was laying in bed watching it after my game was just fucking dead. And I'm just like, that's what I said in the video. I was like, it's good for the podcast, so it's good for me. But I'm just sitting there like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, I'm not going to be mad that you won, but I am like, can it fucking go my way?
It will.
I hope. But that's why I texted. I said, I swear to God, I'm going to go to the church in the morning. And I did. I
could
did.
have met you there.
I needed to
Coulda
go by
went inside,
myself.
lit a candle.
I needed to go by myself. No, I got there at like 8:50. Made the video, like was doing the video. I go up and I touch the door. And as I'm walking down the steps, I go touch the other door, the church. I'm like, fuck, there's two churches. I was like, I don't know which church it was. So I was like, I got to go to both. I can't take the chance of touching the wrong church. And then when I'm coming back, like mass lets out, I guess. Like everyone comes out. I was like, that would have been, I guess it got out at 9. So that would have been strange timing to have everyone walk out as I'm just standing there. But so yeah, you go 4-2, you hit your lock, you're still undefeated in your locks. Justin, you went 3-2, positive week. You had the Vandy Ole Miss over. That one hit pretty easily.
they
Kentucky
scored 80.
-10. Levis didn't play, so that kind of fucked y'all. Joseph was on it as well. The under 50, Levis not playing, helped that tremendously. BYU Notre Dame under 52. What was this? 28-20. Notre Dame won, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that hit. I don't know what the final drive situation was looking like, but you might have got. I don't know how that played out. I don't know if they had
It
like
was
a chance.
it was close. It was close to not hitting. I think they had a chance to score.
And then Virginia +3. I don't remember how that went, but
They were up 10-0 in the first quarter, and then Louisville just
that's
went
right.
on a run.
That's
and,
right, because Joseph said that they're looking good.
Yeah,
And then-
beat them 34-17, I want to say.
Yeah.
And Malik Cunningham didn't even play. And the backup didn't play that well either, but Armstrong just didn't do anything either.
Yeah, he fell off big time. He was not bad there for a little while. Like, he showed flashes, you remember, for
Yeah.
Virginia, Brennan Armstrong. So you went 3-2. So our updated records, and then Joseph went 2-1. Joseph nearly swept the board, but Levis being out compromised his Kentucky pick. But he had the LSU Tennessee under 63.5, and then he had Purdue Maryland over 58.5. He was doing that thing where he's like meh, crying about his fucking totals again, and then Maryland scores. I think because we're watching it, and I was like, oh, it's just like the Syracuse Purdue.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all could get a double winner because you were on Purdue. So I think it was Maryland who scored at the end, and then they went for 2 and didn't get it. Am I thinking of that wrong? I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember exactly because LSU was going on, and
Yeah,
LSU was basically over. But
I'm pretty positive that because they won by 2.
But I was
So,
watching it on my phone because I was out.
Yeah, they go for the 2-point conversion, and then they get an ineligible receiver downfield, and they have to go for it again, and they don't get it. So that's why I was like, well, best case scenario, if Maryland can go down and score and then not get the 2, y'all will both win. So, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I went 5-4-1. That brings me to 25-28-3. 2-4-1 in my locks of the week. Struggling in the locks, but we went positive. We're chipping away, trying to get our head above water. Nick went 4-2, brings him to 26-17-3. 6-0-1 in his locks of the week. Still have not lost a lock of the week. Justin went 3-2, brings him to 16-19. 2-5 in his locks of the week. Joseph went 2-1, brings him to 10-16-1, 4-3 in his locks of the week. A decent turnaround for Joseph. What was he, 2-11? I want to say he was
Something
2
like that,
yeah,
yeah.
he was 2-11. So that means he's on an 8-5 streak since then. So Joseph's kind of turning the corner. Joseph only has 2 plays because he's not here. I think he said he was going to the church, so he's taking the week off. I'm going to just put his play out there right off the bat. Joseph's 1 play this week. He's going to have 1 college, 1 NFL, and his NFL's the Thursday, so they're both going to be his locks. Take it with a grain of salt. He's going with the West Virginia Baylor over 54.5.
Okay.
I don't have. I am on that game, but I don't have a lean
on that game as well.
when it comes to the total. So we're back with Wednesday football, college football week 7. We have a Wednesday game. Marshall at home hosting ULL. We talked about this one a little bit. Justin, are you on this?
Marshall? No, I'm not.
I'm taking UL with the points. Taking a shot. Don't love it. Their offense sucks. Marshall really wants to run the ball. They don't necessarily have a spectacular offense themselves. I understand they beat Notre Dame. That's going to be the high of their season. A Notre Dame team that was trying to figure shit out and looking better now. I think UL just load the box, try to stop the run. 10.5. This line grew a lot. I looked to see if there was injuries. If you see something, let me know. I don't know if you're looking at that. I didn't see anything glaring that stood out as like, oh, that's why the line grew so much. This opened up at like 7, I think, and it's now 10.5. So that's alarming that it grew as much as it did, but I'm going to take UL getting the 10.5. So take that with a grain of salt.
That's where I would lean, but I've only seen UL play once, and it was against ULM, who's also, I don't know. They didn't do a terrible job stopping the run. There was a couple big plays for ULM, like explosive running plays that helped them win that game, but from UL on the offensive side, it seemed like they're confused about who they want to be their quarterback.
They both suck.
Yeah, well, the guy, yeah, that's what I've noticed, I guess, through all the games. But there was one guy, number 18, he stood out like he was the better one. And when they kept putting in number 10, their drives would stall.
Yeah, Chandler Fields.
But then he's not consistent, apparently, because I'll check his stats.
Who, Chandler Fields?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
And then they go to the other guy more. It's like.
I'm hoping this could be the game where he like asserts himself as like, okay, we're going forward with Fields as the starter. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's gross. It smells. I can't pass up Wednesday football though. So I'm off on Thursday. We're gonna cook some steaks and just sweat out a really, really tough game. But Thursday we have 2 more games on the docket. Are y'all on either one of these? Justin, you said you are on Baylor, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, but it was one I was looking at closely.
Well, let's see what side you were leaning.
You want to know now?
Yeah.
I was leaning West Virginia, plus 3.5.
Sign me up. I'm on it. Justin, we'll get to your pick. I don't have much written down, but statistically these two teams stack up pretty evenly. Baylor's played the tougher schedule so far, but an overtime loss to BYU does not carry as much weight since BYU, I mean, they really have kind of fizzled out, lost some steam. They were looking at being one of the best group of 5 teams. Doesn't appear that way. So I believe in JT Daniels more than most. I believed in him going in against Pitt. Me and Nick were both on it. I think JT Daniels has top-notch arm talent. I really like Bryce Ford Wheaton at wide receiver. He lit it up against Pitt. They beat Pitt probably if Ford Wheaton doesn't drop that ball and results in a pick 6.
Yeah.
There's a good chance they go drive down and they win the football game. 3.5, I have written down. Don't underestimate Morgantown in that crowd. I think that 3.5 is too many points. The environment's going to be crazy. I like JT Daniels. I like his ability to sling the football. Bryce Ford Wheaton can't really be guarded. It smells a little bit, but I'm going to take the home team here getting points. Give me the Mountaineers. Justin, which side are you on?
I'm not on either side. Actually, I'm going to take the under at 55.
Okay.
Go against Joseph. But, yeah, I think these two teams are pretty similar in my opinion. Both have very solid offenses, but even better defenses. Both are averaging 187 yards on the ground, and both are allowing less than 100 yards on the ground on defense. Both QBs basically have the same stats. Blake Shapen on Baylor has 9 touchdowns and 3 picks, while JT Daniels has 8 touchdowns and 2 picks. And it's supposed to have a little bit of rain involved in this game. And plus, C.J. Donaldson on West Virginia is going to be out. So give me the under at 55.
What position? Oh, the running back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a concussion.
I did not see rain in the forecast, though. I would hope that is not accurate. But regardless, I'm still taking West Virginia. These are one of those scrappy midweek games for a crowd that's going to be fired up. Why would you lean? You have anything specific on why you would lean West Virginia?
I just don't trust that quarterback for Baylor.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to make enough plays. I mean, JT Daniels, I trust him a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it does look like rain's in the forecast on Thursday.
But then West Virginia, they both can run the ball, and the defenses are similar statistically. But just like looking at what West Virginia did to Virginia Tech, and then they played Kansas close, Pitt close.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think Baylor struggled against the better teams that they've played.
Okay, so there is rain in the forecast, but it's first thing in the morning. It's like 5 in the morning.
Okay.
It's up until 11. Come 12 p.m., 1 p.m., clears up, and then there's no more rain in the forecast from then. We're going to be sitting at 60 degrees come kickoff. It's perfect weather to throw the football around. So, yeah, give me the Mountaineers plus 3.5 at home. You going to hop on it? You
Maybe.
Staying away?
I don't know.
This is one of those games. I mean, other than the fact that I lost my lock on Nebraska, I've said it, I dominate midweek football. That's where I make my money. That's literally where I've made all of my money this year is midweek football. I think, what am I? I was 8-2. Now I'm 8-3, or was I 9-2? I put it out there. I don't remember.
I don't know.
But all right. Nobody's on Temple UCF, I would imagine, right?
No.
Friday, does anybody have a game?
I have one.
All right, what about you, Nick?
No.
All right, what's your game, Justin?
UTSA and FIU.
Okay.
Taking UTSA -32. Don't have much about this game. This is one of those games where I think UTSA is just flat out better than FIU in every aspect. FIU is giving up more than 450 yards a game, and UTSA is getting 500 yards a game. UTSA is coming off of a win against Western Kentucky, who Western Kentucky played FIU a couple weeks back, and they beat them 73-0. And I know you shouldn't, base your game off of that, but FIU's leading receiver by a pretty wide margin, Tyrese Chambers, is doubtful to play as well this week. But even if he was playing, I'd still take UTSA -32.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's a lot of points for at home.
It is.
Yeah, FIU's trash.
But do you just worry about them calling off the dogs?
I mean, yeah, you do. You worry about it's just so many points. That's all. But I mean, UConn beat them 33-12 at home.
Mm-hmm.
FIU is at home, so it's like FIU's like one of the worst teams in all of college football.
Yeah, but they do average 16 points a game. So if they hit that, it's not like UTSA's defense is very good.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's the spread? 33, 32?
Yeah.
If they get 10 points, there's a good chance they cover this number. So, what is the they might not have it out. I was going to say, what is FIU's team total under? Or team total sitting at?
I haven't been able to find team totals really yet.
Regardless, yeah, we will see. That is a lot of points. That'll be one to sweat out. That'll be one where the back door is fucking certainly going to be open. At least it'll seem like it. But all right, Saturday, a pretty stacked slate of games, but some tough games to pick from. Michigan, Penn State. Are you touching it?
Yeah.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
Which side are you leaning?
I'm going with Michigan.
Okay.
-7.
It was 7.5 for a second, wasn't it? Or did it go to 6.5?
I don't know. I saw it was 7.
It is. Yeah, it's currently at 7. But I want to say I thought I saw it move at least a half point in one direction. But all right, why are you taking Michigan?
Yeah, I see the statistic. Penn State only allows 79.8 rushing yards per game, but I don't think that rush defense has been tested yet. They're definitely going to get tested against Michigan. I just think Penn State's going to need a heroic game from Sean Clifford to keep this one close. I don't think they're going to get that, so I'm rolling with Michigan -7.
I agree. I'm going to take Michigan -7 as well. Looking at it, it's like neither one of these teams have really played. It was kind of the knock on Michigan was they haven't played anybody. So you got Hawaii, UConn, Maryland is actually played them pretty tough, and Maryland's not a bad team. But, I mean, if you look at who Penn State played, so you look at the rushing defense and all that, or just the defense in general, I think Purdue's not a bad team, and Purdue played them pretty tough. So,
yeah.
But then you've got Ohio, obvious win. We know what's going on at Auburn. I mean, it's a shit show over there. Central Michigan played them kind of close. So, which I like Central Michigan. I like Richardson at quarterback. But, I mean, they allowed nearly 400 yards of offense for Central Michigan. They kind of struggle to move the chains, being Penn State.
Yeah.
So.
And they can – this is a thing that I didn't mention is like you go and then look at the rushing statistics against Purdue. They didn't have a whole bunch of success running it against Purdue. Their rushing success came later on after that once they started playing a little bit weaker teams. I just don't know. I don't think that they're going to be able to run the ball that good against Michigan. And then I think it's going to come down to, which quarterback has too much pressure on them. And I think it's going to be Clifford.
Yeah, it worries me that Clifford's been there longer. So this is McCarthy. This is kind of his first test.
Yeah.
Big time game at least. I mean, I understand he was on the team and he played last year but he wasn't the starter. Now he's got the keys and this is a top 10 matchup. So,
but I like the way that they approached the Iowa game where they weren't really going to let McCarthy
lose the game,
put the game in jeopardy.
Yeah,
and I think that's the same way that they'll approach this game.
Yeah, I mean they got 172 rushing yards against a damn good Iowa defense.
So it might be kind of I don't know. I don't
tough.
know exactly how it's going to go, but I feel like what's probably going to happen is that eventually it's going to come down to Penn State needs the quarterback to make a play, and then he's not going to.
Yeah, I think Penn State's defense is good, and you've been raving about their corners, but I don't know that there's a defense that really is going to be able to shut down Michigan's running game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've been saying I think on the outside they have more speed than what they get credit for. But Corum is so fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
He is probably should be in talks for the Heisman Trophy. That good. So I don't know what – he's got 735 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's averaging 6.2 yards a carry. He's not getting talked about enough. So, but yeah, I'm on that as well.
I'm on that as well.
You're taking Michigan?
I am seeing on FanDuel that's at 6.5 right now.
Let's see. Getting her to turn this fucking air down, dude. I'm dying. Can we get a confirmation on that? Because I would love 6.5. I could have swore I saw 6.5. I'm looking right now.
I can't find my
yes,
shit's not connected.
It's 6.5. Give us 6.5. All right. All right. My next one for Saturday. I think I'm going back to the well with Wisconsin. Are you on them?
No, but it was when I was looking at it. It's just a weird spot.
It is. But the offense, Mertz, they were letting Mertz throw the ball.
Yeah.
And he looked pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm going back to the Badgers. After it was Coach Christ, right?
Yeah.
Paul Christ. I don't know why I was drawing a blank. After he gets fired, they respond with a dominant win over Northwestern 42-7, a game in which we saw Graham Mertz throw for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. Arguably, in my opinion, the biggest letdown of the year has got to be Mel Tucker and his ginormous contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of expected it. Like,
They suck.
yeah, they're not any good, and
They gave him $100 million.
yeah, but they just don't have the players.
I know, but they weren't bad last year.
Yeah, but they had a
Kenneth
lot better
Walker was a
players.
stud, I understand, but they still had the same quarterback. Like, the drop-off
Yeah.
is kind of...
But Peyton Thorne wasn't that good last year.
No, he
really.
wasn't. Trust me, we talked about it going into the bowl game, and you backed them. And then my fucking quarterbacks get hurt.
Which bowl game was that?
Pitt.
Oh, I remember.
Pitt.
But I also backed them against Penn State in the snow.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, I don't know. I just they're not good. I think that since the firing of Paul Chryst, they came out and dropped a 42-piece, dominated a game that Vegas really didn't think that they were going to run away with. They're fired up. They're playing well for Jim Leonard. He's a guy who played for the school, obviously, defensive guy. But Braylon Allen was looking like a stud, and he is a stud.
Yeah.
And has been a stud. But they're also putting him in at Wildcat, and he's throwing touchdowns and shit. I just feel like they look like they're having fun. The defense is really good. The ability to run the ball. Michigan State's just not that good. So
Yeah, I mean, maybe because we were talking about this a while back when I picked Wisconsin against New Mexico State. You asked me what I thought about Wisconsin and Minnesota because Minnesota had played New Mexico State before Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think they're probably close to evenly matched.
yeah.
And you just go to look at what Minnesota did to Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, did they shut them out or they came pretty
was
close
close,
to?
if not.
But it was like a
'Cause
total.
Justin was on the under and you were on Minnesota.
They destroyed them, and
They might have shut him out, actually.
they ran the ball all over them. It's like,
Yeah.
so if Wisconsin plays as well as they're capable, then they should win big.
Mertz didn't look like a fucking deer in the headlights back there. So, and I understand it's Northwestern, but Northwestern's not a horrible defensive team, and they can run the ball. And they couldn't. I mean, that day they couldn't do shit. So it was a complete performance from Wisconsin. I'm going back to the well with the Badgers. What's your next Saturday game?
Iowa State at 22 ranked Texas. Texas 16-point favorites. Like, I'm not on the spread, but if you're gonna ask me, I'd definitely go with Texas. I think Texas is legit, especially with Ewers at quarterback. I think it's like really unfortunate that he got hurt for them because
Yes.
they would probably be in the lead to win the Big 12 and possibly look at a playoff spot.
Yeah.
But with 2 losses now, I mean, that's kind of outside looking in. Iowa State, they're going to try to slow this game down. They want to run the ball and play good defense. They don't want to take many shots downfield, put the game in jeopardy. And I'm not sure how successful they're going to do that against Ewers, but something that's kind of gone under the radar is how improved Texas defense is, especially playing at home. So I'm going to roll with under 49.5 here.
Okay, I'm on this game. I'm taking Texas. Going back to the well. I mean, much of like what you just said. It's disappointing that Quinn Ewers got hurt because I would like to see if they would have beat Bama. They more than likely probably would have, judging by the way it was going. That offense with Ewers. So what I have, all right. I said going into the Red River Shootout that this Texas team would be fired up to get Ewers back. They answered the bell, 49-0 win over Oklahoma. Ewers put up 4 touchdowns, nearly 300 yards. Iowa State has a far superior defense than Oklahoma, but Matt Campbell is scared. Shallow crossing routes is all he wants to throw. It's nauseating. Deckers and a loss to Kansas State threw the ball 38 times for 198 yards, 5.2 yards per catch. Or per completion. It's nothing but shallow crossing routes, like I said. It's a look-ahead spot for Texas, I guess, with Oklahoma State on the horizon, but a 2-loss Texas team can't afford to have their foot off the gas. This offense is dangerous with Ewers under center and Bijan in the backfield. Iowa State won't be able to keep up. They don't have the offensive firepower or the head coach to call the plays to do it. I'm taking Texas. I got it at 16.
Yeah, that's what I have.
It smells. That's why I was like, I have quite a few games this week that I don't feel great about, and I feel like I'm taking a shot on. And I also don't want to overreact. I'm not overreacting to what I saw last week. taking into account what I saw against Alabama, Worthy is so damn good.
Yeah.
Ewers has ridiculous arm talent. He had one throw down the left sideline where he was kind of running to his left and was on his back foot and just flicked his wrist, and it like fucking beautiful ball. I was like, dude, he has some arm talent for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's like, just looking at that game last week, there's like a lot of people that are saying, you know, he's inserting himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
No, he has, definitely.
So
He looks dirty as can be.
I mean, Texas.
It's just that Iowa State offense, it's an every year struggle with this fucking team. Good defense. When they had Breece Hall, they had a good running attack. But just if you get down, if Texas can jump out quick, Iowa State's going to have to get out of their game, out of their rhythm. And then they just refuse to fucking throw the ball. It's crazy, and it's been like this for years. But they have a good receiver. Hutchinson is good.
Yeah.
They just are. They get him the ball. They just are scared to let him run down the fucking field. I don't know if they don't trust their offensive line. I don't know what it is, but Matt Campbell's been this way. And I can't back them in this spot, so I'm taking Texas -16.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I went with the under, just because.
Yeah, I don't hate the under.
If Iowa State covers, to me, it's because they kept it low scoring.
Definitely.
And then even if Texas blows them out, I still don't know if Iowa State
there's a good chance they score 10 fucking points. Like,
yeah, to get the game to go over.
And I mean, Bijan was running hard last week, and I mean, he runs fucking hard every week. But I mean, 22 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You can lean on Bijan. I don't hate the under, but I'm going to take a stab at the spread here. But yeah, I don't see how you feel comfortable, especially going. It's in Texas. They're coming off of this big ass win. Like I said, I don't think that they're in a position to take their foot off the gas because of the 2 losses, and they feel like. I mean, realistically, when Quinn Ewers went down, they probably thought their season was over. I thought their season was over.
Yeah.
It looked like he just broke his collarbone and he's going to be done. So it's kind of like you get new life, and the season just started for you, and you just opened up with a fucking beatdown over Oklahoma. So I expect them to come out equally as fired up. Morale has got to be through the roof there. I don't know what year Ewers is. Do you know? Is he a sophomore?
He's got many a years left. I think he was like an early enrollee last year, skipped his senior season for Ohio State.
Reclassified.
But yeah, he's got.
Yeah, he's listed as a freshman. Oh, wow. That mugshot, dude, is the dirtiest mugshot of all time. But so then, does Arch Manning have another year of high school?
No, he's coming in.
So what do you do there?
Well, I mean, they're gonna. This is what I think probably happens is that Ewers plays this year and next year, and then he's going to the NFL.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, wait, no, he's a freshman right now.
I know, but I'm wondering since he's been out of high school for 3 years.
If he can go, okay.
He's probably going to be eligible to leave after next year.
Okay, if that's you're probably right, because why would they? It would kind of get fucked up if he's there for another 2 years,
right?
Because then you're going to have Arch getting, and I don't know, the hype might not be. He might not be worth the hype playing against the level of competition that he's playing against, but he's definitely got arm talent. But regardless, it's a huge top-notch recruit. But yeah, if the way you're saying it works out, that would be best case scenario because he's not going to come in and start as a freshman. But it's like,
I mean, he's going to be coming in as probably like the sharpest quarterback as far as like knowing, because you grow up with quarterbacks as them and going through the Manning Passing Academy. It's like everything's itched into his brain already. That like so many other quarterbacks have to learn.
It's like the goddamn royal family. Like the bloodline is so deep. It's like we're gonna be 80 years old, and then Arch's kid will be going through goddamn high school or his kid's kid, and it's like, if I were them, dude, I would just be pumping fucking kids out, because it's like Archie had 3 kids. 2 of them are Super Bowl quarterbacks, and then the other one was a great wide receiver and unfortunately got hurt. But it's like you fucking hit on all 3. They need to all three of them need to have 3 of their own. Right. And then you just before you know it, it's like all 32 teams are going to be Mannings.
The whole league is just Mannings against Mannings.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, all right, so I'm on Texas. -16. You're on the under. Justin, are you touching this game?
No, but who was Iowa State's quarterback last year?
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rookie right now, right? Yeah, it was Brock Purdy and Brees Hall. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember you said you wanted Brock Purdy to win the Heisman.
Yeah, I was really big on Iowa State last year.
That's right. Yeah, you should definitely know that then. All right, what is your next Saturday game?
Arkansas -1.5 at BYU. These teams' strength can both attack each other's weaknesses. BYU can take advantage of Arkansas's weak secondary, and Arkansas's offensive line can definitely take advantage of BYU up front. That's why you see the total sitting at 66. KJ Jefferson is expected to return after missing last week after suffering a head injury against Alabama the week before. I love this game when Arkansas was getting points.
Mm-hmm.
It's flipped around now, but I just don't think BYU will have much of a shot at stopping the Hogs' rushing attack, so I'm going to roll with Arkansas -1.5.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all either. That's what I was saying. The fall from grace for BYU.
I mean, it kind of happened last year where Hall started off sharp, and then like as the season goes on, he kind of
he fades.
he fades a little bit, and we're starting to see it this year as well. So that's
he
kind of why
opened
I
up-
feel comfortable. I mean, look, if they'll have shots to move the ball against Arkansas just because they're not that good in the secondary, but
Well, he opened up the game with a pick against Notre Dame, first play, interception.
So I just think like I'm a bet on a team that has the advantage running the ball, especially this big of an advantage versus a team that's going to have to complete passes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Justin, what's your next Saturday game?
I got a Saturday evening game. I'm going to Washington and Arizona. Washington's coming off a 7-point loss against Arizona State last week, and Michael Penix Jr. had one of the worst games of the season. They're back home this week after a 2-game road trip. Washington's a completely different team on the road versus at home. I for sure think Penix gets back on track here, and I really think the running game gets going here early, led by Wayne Talapapa, as Arizona gives up nearly 230 yards rushing on the game, which is one of the worst in the country. So I'm going to take the Washington at -14.5.
Okay, I didn't look at
Yeah, I
this
think
one.
this one's been moving as well.
Yeah, it was at 17, and then it came down to like 15.
Was it really?
Yeah, and then now it's at like 14.5. So
Huh.
it's trending toward Arizona.
Maybe it was last year. I was thinking, last week, Oregon was favored by 12 against Arizona. And I think there's a few people that were picking Arizona in that one, but Oregon handled up.
Yeah, I mean, it is. They do need to get back on track, but
Weird spread.
I also feel like they were overhyped, and I feel like we hit them at the perfect time
Yeah.
with the perfect storm with UCLA, who is a fucking good team.
Yeah.
Like
Won a
they
game
might be the
last
best
week,
team in
yeah.
in LA.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm
we'll
ready
find
for
out.
that. I'm ready for that game. That game's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I don't really have.
That was my last one. I just had my lock left.
Okay, I don't have a side in that one. I have quite a few more.
Yeah, I just want to lock.
That's all you have left.
But let me hear something because I'll
shit.
take
Yeah, I have a
something
couple
else.
questions about one.
I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 left, and then my lock. All right. NC State, Syracuse at the Carrier Dome. Syracuse 3-point favorites. A ranked matchup. I'm going to take Syracuse. I'm going to take the Orange. 3-point favorites. NC State 40% on third down, not spectacular. Syracuse isn't spectacular as well, but Syracuse is 4th in the nation defensively on first down, meaning NC State's going to find themselves in third down situations. The difference here for me is Schrader's ability with his legs. NC State really struggles to stop mobile quarterbacks. They have a pretty solid third down defense, but their inability to stop the mobile quarterbacks. Jordan Travis had 7 carries for 108 yards. DJ Ogalele for Clemson, 14 carries, 73 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I think that Schrader's ability to roll out of the pocket, he's the second leading rusher for the Orange. I think he's going to be able to keep drives alive. It's a roll of the dice because Houston is no longer the worst team in the country in terms of penalties.
Oh, are they not?
Syracuse is.
Okay.
So, It's a little skewed, I think, because we saw what the fuck happened against Purdue, where they got like 100 penalty yards in 2 plays and just stacked personal foul penalties. But I'm going to take the orange. The Carrier Dome. Carrier Dome's going to be rocking. I don't love it. That's in my lock. But
Well, Devin Leary got injured.
Yeah, I think he's out. Too.
and it's the last 3 times that NC State's played Syracuse, they've lost. Or NC State's won the last 3 matchups.
Okay.
So, Syracuse being at home, this is about as good of an opportunity as it's going to get. I think they take advantage here. -3. Was 3.5. It came down. It could be back.
Yeah, I don't think Leary's gonna play here, which is a plus for.
It is, but it isn't.
I mean, look.
I really don't
Syracuse-
like Leary that much.
Yeah, I mean they don't use him.
Yeah.
They like to run it
Yeah, they do.
when they have an NFL quarterback, but like Florida State was up on them 17-3 at halftime, and I don't know exactly when Leary got hurt, but
Yeah.
they came all the way back. These other guys who threw passes,
Yeah, Jordan Travis had an opportunity.
had -5 passing yards.
Jordan Travis had an opportunity to win that game. Drove him down, and he did the one thing you couldn't do. He threw a pick in the red zone. Even if you don't throw the pick, you kick the field goal for the win. Meaning, like, if you don't get the touchdown. He got a little too aggressive.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, they won by 2 to a Florida State team that they held to 5 of 13 on 3rd down. They won the turnover battle. They won the time of possession. Florida State had 10 penalties for 100 yards, and they won by 2.
Yeah.
And Florida State kind of just rolled over. NC State's a little overrated, in my opinion. I don't know much about the backups, but I would assume
They didn't have much of a shot to do anything.
Yeah, I don't
But
really like
it's
Leary.
kind of like they don't know if he's going to play.
I don't really like Leary. So
Yeah.
I'm taking the orange. 3-point favorites at home. This is as good a spot as it's going to get for Syracuse to get one back on NC State. So let's see. And it's all me, right? Y'all just have your
Yeah.
locks. All right.
Yep.
All right. Didn't sell you there. All right, sticking with basketball schools, going back to the well, but the well ran dry last week. Give me Duke +7 at home against North Carolina. North Carolina's defense is non-existent, giving up nearly 500 yards per game. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for Riley Leonard after he struggled against Georgia Tech, although he did lead the Blue Devils, as I already touched on a 14-play, 80-yard game-tying drive with 8 seconds left. Riley Leonard has the ability to make some really good throws. I think he's smart enough to go through his progressions and this and that. Sometimes he gets a little antsy. I think he's going to settle down. His life's going to be a little bit easier against this North Carolina defense. Let's run the football. I like Duke is the better defense here. So getting 7 at home, I'm going to take the Blue Devils. It's another one. It's another one of those fucking sticky ones, but
Yeah.
What's the total points in this one?
I can tell you in
67.
2 seconds. Yes. Yeah, I mean, back at home, I don't know. We'll see. I think North Carolina's defense is that bad, so you're going to give Duke 7 points at home. I'll take the Blue Devils. Next one, my last one before my lock. Clemson and Florida State. Florida State 3.5-point underdog. At home. As I just touched on, they just lost NC State 17-19 in a game. Like I said, 5 of 13 on 3rd down, 10 penalties, 100 yards, lost the turnover battle, lost the time of possession. It was Jordan Travis's worst game of the season. Threw a pick on the final drive when he could have won the game, even if he just settled for a field goal. Travis has had a really remarkable turnaround this season, in my opinion, compared to previous years. I understand he was in the quarterback battle with Blackman and this and that, but now he's the guy. He's got the keys. He's playing very well. I think that this is his chance to kind of prove that to everybody in the country. Doak Campbell's going to be going crazy. I'm taking Florida State +3.5. I know what Clemson has with the defense still, and they're kind of clicking on offense. I understand. I don't care. I'm taking Florida State plus 3.5. Their ability to run the ball. Jordan Travis, I mean, we talked about it. I understand in that game he got hurt. Before that, I was like, dude, he's playing lights out. He's thrown the least turnover-worthy passes this season, at least going into last week. I understand he had the 2 turnovers. I still just like, is Clemson that surefire number 4?
No,
I don't think so.
And
I think Florida State.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that are. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out because. I mean, how many more tough games do they have on their schedule? Clemson.
Probably not many. I mean, they got Notre Dame, they got Syracuse, Miami. Those are the toughest. But Syracuse at home, Notre Dame on the road, Miami at home.
Yeah. So this is probably their toughest test left, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, realistically.
Because it's on the road.
On the road, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts? You don't. I mean, obviously, you don't have to agree. You're not on it, but I have my. I'm hesitant. Obviously, like I said, I have multiple games this week that I feel like I'm kind of taking a shot on. But I'm putting stock into the home field advantage this week.
Yeah, I mean, we remember this game from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State was only down 4 points or something like that with the ball.
Yeah.
As time was kind of expiring, and I had a miraculous cover.
Yes.
Because of the pitch all the way back to the end zone, and Clemson scored a touchdown.
Yep.
But so it was close last year. I think Florida State's improved. Clemson also seems improved, but
well, they seem improved from where they were at the beginning of the season, but
and from last year.
Well, yeah, but I still feel like, at the beginning of this season they were looking like they did last year.
Yeah.
That's with kind of a stagnant offense, and I mean they beat NC State by 10. I don't know. It's tough. I think the road environment is gonna.
Florida State has the players on offense.
Yeah. And
they have a lot of talent.
This is about as good as it's going to get for them for at least in the last 5 to 10 years, it seems. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting the 3.5. The hook there was a critical deciding factor for me. But I also just think it's going to be a damn good game too. So, but yeah, that's all I have other than I got my lock left. Not adding anything?
No, not yet.
You'll regret it. All right. Most important bets of the week for college football. I'm going to let you lead it off because you haven't lost one yet. I'm interested. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm going to the biggest game of the weekend.
Which is?
Number 3 ranked Alabama, minus 7.5 at 6 ranked Tennessee. It's like, I don't think Ohio State deserves to be ranked above Alabama right now. I think when Bryce Young is in the lineup, Alabama, you can make an argument that they are the number 1 team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
But that brings up the big question, will Bryce Young play? It seems like it's still up in the air. I don't like this spot that much for Tennessee. It's just like a real funny spot with Alabama struggling against A&M, making mistakes. Tennessee playing a nearly perfect game on the road in Tiger Stadium. You just know Alabama's going to clean things up and play much better. With that being said, I'm impressed with Tennessee. You look at this game last year. This was a 7-point game in the beginning of the fourth quarter. Tennessee was down 31-24. We mentioned Brian Robinson earlier. He had 107 yards rushing in that game and 3 rushing touchdowns. Alabama ended up pulling away and won 52-24. But Tennessee's Cedric Tillman had a huge game last year. 7 receptions, 152 yards, 1 touchdown. It's also still up in the air whether he's going to return for this game. That was the plan.
I was going to ask, yeah.
When he ended up having ankle surgery to try to speed things up. Alabama just doesn't have the deep threats like they had in years past to push the ball downfield. And with Bryce Young's status in question, I'm going to roll with Tennessee plus 7.5.
I was very close to taking this as well. I really was. It's the same thing. Will Bryce Young play? Will he not? So, I mean, I was impressed with what Tennessee was able to do against LSU, obviously. Part of me wants them to lose by 100 because of all their fucking loser fans chirping me on Twitter. I swear, they just go search Hendon Hooker's name. All I said was Hendon Hooker has no interceptions. That'll change today. I didn't say he's trash. I think he's very good, actually. I've been big on Tennessee. That 7.5 is key. So one thing with Alabama, their third down defense is really good. They get off the field at a very high clip. But Hendon Hooker's, is he getting Heisman Trophy acknowledgement yet?
I don't know. I mean, this is definitely the game that, if they end up playing this game close and winning, it's like,
then he will. But he's got 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah. And then the rushing, how many rushing yards does he have?
Rushing.
And touchdowns?
It looks like he's got 3 touchdowns on the year. It looks like he's got a little over 200 yards. So
13 total touchdowns?
Yeah. And no turnovers. Or at least no interceptions. Yeah, it's extremely impressive. He takes care of the ball. He can run that offense very, very well. They go extremely fast. I'm staying away, but at home, I would love to go to this game, dude. This game is going to be crazy.
This is going to be huge.
This game is going to be crazy because they smell blood in the water. Alabama's vulnerable.
Yeah.
You're giving people – they used to be like you knew you had no chance. But now, I mean, A&M beat Alabama last year.
Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing.
Nearly had them this year.
It's just a spot, like what happened last week and in the coming weeks. It's just this is like –
well, you're waiting for when does
it's
Alabama...
a nasty spot. Like, just from what I've learned over the past few years about taking teams in the right spot, this is just like – that's the biggest thing that worries me is that I feel like it's kind of a bad spot for Tennessee.
Yeah.
Alabama coming off a down week, a game that they almost lost at the end.
Tennessee coming off a cakewalk.
Yeah, they smashed. No problem at all. Yeah, I mean, it's Alabama's defense, the pass rush, Will Anderson. That's going to be a big factor. The key thing here is that Tennessee's left tackle, who was out last week against LSU, is supposed to return.
And just their speed that they go with.
And then if they get Cedric Tillman back, I think Tennessee's going to cover.
Their speed of their offense, it's really tough for the pass rushers to get in a rhythm and get home because you're going so fast. They're running just to fucking get back on sides. They can barely get in their 3-point stance before you're already snapping the next play. So it's going to be one of the top games. I'm very, very interested to see which side this goes. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm this kind of is like...
I'm taking too many shots elsewhere.
I'm going to guess that Bryce Young, I would say that he's not going to play. Just because it's his throwing shoulder. Yeah. Saban's already come out saying, he's always hurting. He's always getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's like it happens in practice all the time. He's like, if I was him, dude, I'm like, I mean, why play?
Try to win
to get hurt?
Championship.
Yeah, I guess.
You just don't want him to play because you got money on it now.
You're right.
He's writing him the letters. Just sit it out. Think about your future.
But it's like it's his throwing shoulder. He hurts that seriously.
Well, yeah. No, I get it. But why play at all?
It's that he's injured and that he's going to be the first or second pick regardless of if he plays this game or not.
Yeah. No,
but if he plays this game, it's like this kind of – it's a similar situation to
but I'm sure
when LSU played Alabama in 2019.
Yeah.
Tua was coming in kind of hobbled.
Yep.
He didn't get hurt in that game, but he got hurt shortly after that.
Yeah.
And it's like if Tua wouldn't have gotten hurt, I don't think that he would have.
Well,
I think Tua would have been the number one overall pick. I mean, I know it didn't hurt him that bad, but it almost did. They were talking about him potentially slipping.
Talking about the hip?
Yeah. When he got injured that year, they were like...
Well, what did he go, 3 to the Dolphins?
Yeah, I think.
Or did he go after Herbert? No, he went before Herbert.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. He might have went after Herbert. I don't know.
I thought Tua went 4 or 5.
Yeah, he might have, and Herbert went...
I think Herbert was the second quarterback drafted. But, I mean,
before
that, it was like...
Yeah.
No, I know it didn't make a big difference, but it almost did.
Well, it did in terms of... It made it to where the Dolphins were like, well, we can need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's like they probably, if they could have had their choice, would have probably taken Burrow or Herbert. And then they kind of got stuck with Tua. Whereas, yeah, before, if he doesn't get hurt, then Justin Herbert might be in Miami.
Yeah, and then you also look at this game, I mean, for both teams, really, because it's not in the same division. It's East versus West, which if Alabama loses to an East team, that doesn't mean
they could still go to SEC championship and
they still control their destiny because it's not like they'll need Tennessee to lose to go to the SEC championship.
Yeah, and from that standpoint, yeah, it does kind of tie your hands a little bit. It makes it do or die from there. But, yeah, I guess to answer your question, like why would he play, it's like, why did he come back at all? Because they lost in the national championship. So I'm sure that Will Anderson sitting up there in the post-game press conference. That's when Saban, we watched it, when Saban was like, these guys, and like acknowledged them and this and that. They came back to win a championship.
Yeah.
So the difference with Tua was like it would have made more sense for him to sit out because he had already won a championship and was the reason they bench Hurts. Tua comes in, hits the walk-off touchdown, like fucking wipe your hands clean and just go to the NFL at that point. But he also didn't have the full season of sample size and all of that like Bryce Young had last year. We already know what Bryce Young can do. I guess Tua had to show it a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, if he's probably not going to go. But
yeah, that's what I'm guessing. And judging by where the line's at,
yeah,
I mean, I still think so if Bryce Young was playing, I would probably make this line 9 or 10 points in favor of Alabama, but with him, if he's not playing, I'm like Alabama -2 or 3.
You drop it that low.
I would say a
Milroe
touchdown
doesn't look spectacular, dude.
Bryce Young's worth a touchdown in my opinion. So it's like
no, I agree because with Jalen Milroe, he's not much of a threat through the air, and that's the weakness of this. Yeah, he was 12 of 19 for 111 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. But that's the weakness of Tennessee's defense. We said it with LSU. They give up over 300 yards a game through the air. If Bryce Young plays, you are now much more likely to be able to attack that secondary. Milroe, you're not really. So, yeah, I don't know. That's going to be the big thing is does Bryce Young play, and can Tennessee exploit the secondary of Alabama?
And I think Tennessee just might be that good.
Yeah. No, they're fucking good. I said it coming in. That's why I was like, it was like 60 points for them against Akron, and I wanted to take it. I was like, that offense is goddamn good. I was.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens because it'll be huge. This is going to be a huge game.
Oh, yeah. This has. I mean, imagine if Tennessee wins. I mean, Tennessee.
Yeah, I think it would. That's the other thing. It's like, I said the spread would be that, but it's like dependent on whatever quarterback plays, I still think Tennessee could have a chance to win.
Yeah, no, their offense is
really, really good. It depends on what happens. You know what I'm saying?
If your quarterback's playing the way Hendon Hooker's playing, you have a chance against anybody. So he's not turning the ball over, and he's lighting it up.
And then the ability to improvise and scramble when the pass isn't there, it's like.
It's just we're so trained with Bama. Like, it's like, oh, Bama could win by 30. Bama could do what they did to Georgia in the SEC championship. But it's different situations, I know, but it's just we've seen it so many times that in the back of my mind, that's why I'm like, I'm too scared to take it. So just because, but I do like Tennessee. I've said it all year. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right. That was we segued there in terms of analysis and breakdown with that lock, but we're still on locks. My lock of the week, USC, Utah over 63. I got it at 63 earlier today. It looks like it's grown a little bit. Fish around, find 63. Two electric offenses and a Utah defense that just got hit up for 42 points and 500 yards by UCLA. We're going to take a shot with the over. This is USC defense that I've been saying over and over all year. Vulnerable. You can run against them. It's going to open up the pass. This is a game. I mean, it's a tightly contested spread. Overtime will be a play or will be in play. I think that USC's defense, like I said, is susceptible, but their offense is damn good. I'm just waiting. I'm taking a shot with the over here. Road game, Utah's going to be fired up. And they're just coming off of a loss. I I like Rising. I think that they do this. They did this last year. They dropped a couple in the beginning, and then they went on their run. I think that they're going to be able to put up points on the USC defense. In turn, it's going to make Caleb Williams and Lincoln Riley kind of put their foot on the gas. So I'm taking the over. My lock of the week, 63. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is an interesting game because I kind of want USC to win, just so
Do they have UCLA coming up?
they should, yeah.
They play after Utah. They play Arizona, Cal, Colorado, then UCLA. November 19th.
I think it'd be huge if both those teams were like somehow managed to stay undefeated.
If they were undefeated, that would be fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. I will bet my motherfucking life on UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA's got Oregon. They got a bye this week. They got Oregon next week.
Yeah.
Tough.
I like UCLA a lot. DTR is playing damn good. But yeah, anyway, I'm taking the over 63. Might have to fish around for a number, but I got it at 63. I'm not getting off.
Yeah.
So, Justin, what is your lock of the week?
Going to a Saturday afternoon game. Nick touched on it earlier, but BYU is a team that is still answering some questions for me, but they're definitely not a team to take lightly. Jaron Hall is having another really good year, throwing for 1,600 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Arkansas is on a 3-game losing streak and just got dismantled by Mississippi State. They have shown on defense to give up big plays, like Nick said, through their secondary. They get back Miles Slusher, who's their starting safety. He hurt his calf a couple weeks ago, and I think he's only played in the first game. But he'll be back, and KJ Jefferson is obviously going to be back. But I really do think that Arkansas is just flat out the better team here, and I don't see them losing 4 in a row. Like Nick touched on as well, I think they're just going to run all over them, and KJ's going to be able to throw the ball as well. So.
Okay, that whole breakdown, I could have swore you were about to take BYU.
I thought he was taking BYU too.
You compliment the other team every time. I was just sitting here in my head. I'm like, well, shit, we just sit here and shit on fucking BYU, and he had to sit there with his lock of the week being BYU.
Well, at first it kind of sounded like he was going to take BYU, but as he kept going, I was like, oh, he's taking Arkansas. When he started talking about the players
I thought you were taking BYU
return.
up until the very end.
Yeah.
No, first part of the paragraph was BYU, just saying how they're a good team, and then
No, fuck that. We've been saying that they suck now. But you're like, Jaron Hall is lighting it up with
not
14
so much
touchdowns.
BYU, but Jaron Hall, yeah.
But that's why I said he started off the game with the damn interception.
Yeah, regardless, I think it's a good pick. Like if Arkansas, if I got this when it opened at 2.5 point
you said
underdogs, it's like, bro, that's lock. That's lock city.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the pick. Slusher, is he Arkansas safety or BYU safety?
Yeah, Arkansas safety.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't paid too much attention, but I thought you were making a case for. That's why I thought you were taking BYU that whole pick,
I'm sorry.
and then I thought you were saying that BYU's getting their safety back, and in my head I was like, who gives a fuck? Arkansas will run it down their fucking throat, like.
Yeah. No, and that's the way I feel too. It's like they kind of got really unlucky against A&M with the fumble at the goal line, and then for that somehow to result in a touchdown when they handed it off.
Yeah.
It's like, and then the kick that hit the top of the goalpost.
Yep.
Never seen that.
Arkansas should have beaten A&M for sure. And then they play Alabama the week after that. And even though Young gets injured, Milroe still comes in and makes a lot of plays, and they just run the ball.
Yep.
And then last week they're without KJ Jefferson against Mississippi State.
Yep.
So, Mississippi State did what they were supposed to do. They were able to throw the ball all over them. But when you're without your best player on offense, it's
they go
story.
into that game sleepwalking, and they know, like, okay, we don't really have much of a chance.
And it was a head injury. You know how that is these days.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to sit out at least one game now.
Yep. So he'll be good to go. All right, there you go. I want to add Arkansas really bad, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to just stick with what I have. I'll lose these games. All right, to recap mine. Wednesday football, I can't pass up Wednesday football. Give me UL plus 10.5. Give me West Virginia plus 3.5. Give me Wisconsin minus 7. Texas minus 16. Syracuse minus 3. Duke plus 7. Florida State plus 3.5. And my lock of the week is the USC Utah over 63.
I have Iowa State at Texas under 49.5. I have Michigan minus 7. I have Arkansas minus 1.5. And for my lock of the week, I'm taking a risk here. I'm going with Tennessee plus 7.5.
Alrighty, Justin.
Thursday night, I got Baylor and West Virginia under 55. Then I have UTSA minus 32 against FIU. And then Washington minus 14.5 against Arizona. And Michigan minus 6.5 against Penn State. And my lock of the week is Arkansas minus 1 against BYU.
Alrighty. There you go. That is our college football picks. Nick's still on fire. We're trying to keep our head above water. Currently, it is not. We're drowning, but we're getting close to the surface. All right, NFL. Baylor, West Virginia, over. NFL last week, Thursday night, Colts Broncos over 43. Did not go my way. 49ers minus 6.5 did, though. The Panthers suck. Matt Rule just got fired. Browns plus 3. Me and Nick were both on it. They lose by 2.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett interception in the red zone.
But they got the ball back, and they had a chance for the game-winning field goal, and Cade York missed a long one.
Yep. Commanders plus 2.5. Carson Wentz, that trash bag son of a bitch, had the ball inside the 10-yard line. He tried to throw a pick. I was like, whew, that was lucky. Very next play, he did throw a pick. Trying to force it into triple coverage, like little sidearm bullshit at the goal line. He's just like, oh, please. We lose there, but we hit our lock of the week that the referees tried to rip out of my hands, but you got to take this one out of my fucking cold, dead hands. Falcons plus 8.5. They lose by 6. Grady Jarrett, with a great play, gets called for roughing the passer in a fucking bullshit call, but luckily, it secured the bet for me. For a second, it was looking like it was not going to, but they were able to pick up another first down, and then they kneeled it out. Don't give a fuck about the Falcons. Tom Brady can suck my dick. Falcons plus 8.5, lock of the week. I go 3-2. Should have been 4-1 if Carson Wentz would not have turned it over on the 5-yard line. But I'll take it. Positive week in college and the NFL. It's been long. It's been a long time, but we're here now. You swept the board again, 3-0.
Yeah, I had Colts plus 3.5. This game wasn't like one you ever felt comfortable about because there were 0 touchdowns scored in here. It went to overtime, and dude, the Broncos are shit. That's why I bet against the Colts.
Yeah.
It's like people are like, man, they're going to figure it out. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Well, I was trying to tell Joseph, the thing with these Thursday night games, it's like the obvious, go against it. It's like, oh, yeah, obviously, Jonathan Taylor's out, which we didn't know when we gave up the pick. But Jonathan Taylor's out. It screams like, oh, take the Broncos, Russell Wilson, all those offensive weapons, this and that.
They still ran it on them.
Whatever you think is going to happen, the opposite happens on Thursday night. It doesn't make sense, but that's the way it goes. Colts plus 3.5, they win outright.
Yeah, but it's like, because my dad was like, man, you got so lucky with that, because he was on the he was on the Broncos. I'm like, dude, I don't bet on idiots. Most of the time. I
mean, I already went in my rant on Nathaniel Hackett.
He's like,
they're
terrible.
Fucking horrible in the red zone. I said it. Russell Wilson's the worst red zone quarterback.
Russell Wilson's overrated. He thinks he's a pocket passer.
I said he's the worst quarterback from the goal line.
Yeah, he's not
Hamler
worth the money.
Hamler was wide open. Wide open. I could have thrown it to him.
Yeah.
On the money. I'd have put it on his fucking numbers.
Yeah, that was when he fucking threw it to
the
other dude.
Yeah, and then Hamler slammed his helmet. He was not happy.
I had Browns plus 3. We talked about it. I had Lions, New England, under 45.5. This game kind of didn't go exactly how I thought it was. I thought that New England would be able to contain the Lions' offense. I was right about that part. The part I didn't see was New England
putting up as much points as
holding them to 0 and putting up 29.
So you're not happy
with the third.
You're not happy with how you won.
Yeah, I mean, look, I thought it was going to be kind of a closer game, but
so now we're nitpicking locks when we win.
Yeah, there was only 29 points scored.
Yeah, you're over here. Nah, I'm a little disappointed.
I was a little worried at halftime because they were up 16-0. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, if the Lions.
But then I didn't feel too bad because Belichick's not gonna.
Yeah.
Let him get back in a game like that.
Yeah, so you sweep the board 3-0. Good for you. You hit your lock. So, yeah, updated. So, we went 2-1 in our agreement picks. So, we are tracking, because we were undefeated until last week. LSU fucked us. But any game that Nick and I were on the same side in college football, we were undefeated. Now we're 7-1-2. And then in the NFL, any game that we were on the same side, we were both on the Browns. NFL, we are 6-2. So if you see us ride in the same game, I mean, odds are in your favor that you're gonna find the window and cash a ticket. So, Justin, you had a horrible, brutal week in the NFL.
I did. Yeah. I don't remember any time where I've went 0-4 or 0-3 or anything, but yeah,
I'm sure that's happened. That's happened to everybody. I don't know.
I just can't remember the last time it's happened. But yeah, I was on the Broncos. Y'all touched on it, and then I was on the over as well. 0 touchdowns were scored in that game. Lions +3 was my lock of the week. I don't think anybody saw how this game ended. Just like what Nick said, I mean, Patriots won 29-0.
I don't think nobody saw them not scoring points at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But that was a tough spot for the Lions. That was one of those same thing where it's like Patriots with Bailey Zappi. One, I like Bailey Zappi. I said that. I think that he was really good at Western Kentucky. But that game screams to me. I didn't take it, so I can't say it screams to me. I didn't take it, so I'm not going to sit here and be like it was obvious or anything like that. But Bill Belichick being able to scheme for that offense, the stat was they were the number 1 scoring offense and last place scoring defense. Bill Belichick, I mean, it's still Jared Goff. I don't know. I feel like it was one of those, like, Hard Knocks is playing a role in why people like the Lions. We liked the Lions last year. They were a cover machine. Backdoor was always open. But they're 1-4.
Yeah.
They're 1-4. They're Campbell's probably close to being on the hot seat. So
Yeah, the problem is they don't have a quarterback that's any good.
Well, wasn't Jared Goff kind of lighting it up?
Yeah, maybe coming back from like the sucking. That's where they score all their points.
You're saying coming from behind and
yeah. So I was like, well, if a team just holds them,
Yeah, they are.
I was like, if the Patriots are a team that could hold them for the whole game. So that's why I was like, screw that. I'm taking the under because I just thought it was a little bit high because of what the Lions have been able to, the points scored and
so he's
against.
he's top 10 in yards, top 5 in touchdowns, but he's thrown 4 picks. Yeah, he's got 11 touchdowns, 4 picks, 1,355 yards passing. So he's not having a bad season, but yeah, I mean, like you say, it could be skewed. There could be a lot of because they have the back door's been open on a couple games. They've had to come from behind and go score kind of a meaningless touchdown in terms of winning the game, but with big implications when it comes to the spread.
Yeah, and they have weapons.
Who?
The Lions
yeah, they
have
do.
weapons.
Yeah, Amon St. Brown. I mean, well, they've all been kind of banged up. Amon St. Brown missed the game. DeAndre Swift's been out. So, but at full health, yeah, no, they definitely have weapons. So, but yeah, and then you had Dolphins -3 quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater got hurt very quick.
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate. But 0-4 for you. So I went 3-2, brings me to 15-16. But we're 4-1 in our locks of the week. So we're cashing in on the game that matters most. Nearly above water. Nearly above water.
Yeah.
You went 3-0, 12-2-1. Very remarkable, but 3-2 in your locks of the week. So not perfect.
Yeah.
Not in first place either in one category. Joseph went 2-3. He got off to a decent start, but got a little lucky there with the Saints pick. But anyway, 2-3. So Joseph is 14-12 in the NFL, 3-2 in his locks of the week. And then Justin, you went 0-4. You're 8-13-1, 3-2 in your locks of the week. So we look ahead to, again, anybody new to the podcast, we always pick the Thursday night game. We're coming off of a snooze fest, and we're doubling down with a snooze fest again. Commanders on the road in Chicago taking on the Bears. Looks like an even spread.
Yeah,
I see some plus ones.
Yeah.
I see some plus ones for the Commanders. 1-point favorites for the Bears. I'll let you go.
I'm going with Washington.
Let's ride. Yes.
Washington
Good.
+1.
Yes. I'm taking Washington as well.
Just looking at the Bears, man, I think Washington's defense, I mean, still, I think they have a defense that can contain the Bears. And then you look at, like, Washington hasn't really been able to run the ball, but getting Brian Robinson back might help a little bit. And then the Bears are surrendering 170 rushing yards per game. It's like, I don't know. The Bears just aren't that good. And neither is Washington, but it's like,
No,
I'm betting on Washington because Wentz is so bad.
Well,
But
what do you mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I love that Ron Rivera just threw him under the bus.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
this is a this is a
funny.
Wentz response game. This is a Wentz response game, 100%. Look at the Colts. Grass isn't always greener. You get rid of Wentz, and then you go get Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
So, Matt Ryan is Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah, that game was so annoying. You can't run fast. Quit trying to run away from these guys.
I know.
You like getting sacked for -15? Just get sacked for -5, you idiot.
Oh, I know, dude.
I was like, quit trying to run away. I text you. I said, somebody needs to tell this guy to quit rolling out the pocket. It's not good over there.
and this is also making up for a Brian Robinson day. Bears give up 100. I think you said that.
Yeah.
170 rushing yards. Brian Robinson. He'd been hit with a few shells, but he doesn't walk with a limp. He's going to rush for 200 yards. So, yeah, I'm taking the Commanders. Joseph is on the Bears.
All right.
Square bet.
Did Justin say?
No.
No, that's my lock of the week.
Oh, Christ.
Wow.
Okay. You're taking some fucking shots.
Yeah.
Do you have double picks in this one?
Double picks.
Yeah.
You got one, or are you going with the total and the spread again?
Oh no, it's just the spread.
You did that against
Broncos.
but you also did it. We might have both done it, but I learned my lesson with the Chiefs and the over.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Well, you didn't. You did it just last week.
I know. I'm saying I learned it last
Oh,
week.
now you did. All right. Yeah, Joseph's on the Bears. So we will. Justin said that's his lock. That is fucking crazy. If I don't know how you were managed to find or feel good about a lock there, but we'll see. Let me just confirm. Yeah, he's Bears -1. All right, Sunday. I'll let you go first. You're leading the way. You going with another three picks?
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be dumb to kind of stray away from that.
It's because I trust college more. So I have to always make sure. Not only do I bet less NFL, I bet twice as many dollars on college, which is kind of, you just look at it like, man, you should bet more in NFL,
Yeah.
dude. You can't lose. It's like, dude, I just don't trust these officials, bro.
Yeah.
This shit's getting ridiculous.
No, it's fucking bad.
The roughing call on Brady was one thing, but then last night,
Goddamn, Chris Jones has the ball in his hands.
yeah, and he falls on him. It's
Yeah.
like, dude.
But he puts his goddamn. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
No, they got to change the rules, and then they got to make the fit. Like, there's another. I hate ineligible man downfield on the
Yeah.
screens. It's like, dude, you could call that on every screen.
Yeah, but if the ball is thrown behind the
Yeah,
line
it's
of
not
scrimmage,
supposed to, but I
they
see it
don't
called all the
fucking
time.
do that. Yeah, they don't know the rules. There's been an officiating problem for a long
And the
ass
holding.
time. And there's been such a problem with officiating for a long time, and now people are starting to wake up to it. Now people are starting to understand. It's fucking, it's frustrating. So,
It may be worse than ever.
but it's like,
'Cause it's in every game. It's like,
but it's like all these people out here talk all this shit, but it's like until you get fucked by it, then you'll understand.
right.
We were the first. We got fucked by
Oh,
it.
yeah.
People want to say that, they gave you the Super Bowl and blah blah blah. It's like, suck my fucking whole dick, dude. Nobody made the Vikings line up with 12 men in the huddle. Nobody made Brett Favre throw across his goddamn body to Tracy Porter. Okay? If they don't have 12 men in the huddle, they kick a field goal for the win. Talk about the referees. Did they go drag a guy off the sideline and throw him in the huddle? Okay. What did you say? What's your first one?
I'm going to Sunday night. I'm going to take the Cowboys +5.
I was looking at this one as well, and I think I want to do the same, but it worries me because the Eagles are good. Oh, the divisional matchup. It's like they know each other. 5 points.
And the Cowboys defense is so good.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush really isn't making any mistakes.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
They're running the ball with Pollard and Zeke at times, but Pollard breaks them.
Yeah,
He's got the speed.
Put Zeke on the fucking put him up on the shelf. Zeke's there is just like for show.
But yeah, I think this game's gonna be close. It's a defensive matchup.
All right, I'm taking that one. I'm taking the Rams -10.5. Baker, maybe done for the year. We've already seen the PJ Walker experiment. The Panthers are probably going to fucking go into just sell everybody mode. People are inquiring about Christian McCaffrey. They're trying to get DJ Moore. Nobody wants to be there in Carolina. The Rams are off to a fucking really suspect start, sitting at 2-3 after winning the Super Bowl. I don't think the Rams are great. I think this is the perfect opportunity, though, for the Rams to try to get back to 500.
Yeah.
So at home, 3:05 kickoff. Give me the Rams minus 10.5.
This was actually my second pick as well. Yeah, like you said, Baker's out, PJ Walker's in. I mean, like you said, nobody wants to be there. I think there's a good spot for the Rams to bounce back. They're playing pretty bad. So, yeah, give me the Rams minus 10.5.
Okay. I am also going to take the Buffalo Bills minus 2.5 on the road in Kansas City. Revenge game.
Yeah, I only got my lock left.
Okay.
But what did y'all think about the Giants and the
the
Ravens?
That one too. I love the Giants.
I'm just a little bit worried about that one. When is Leonard Williams going to come back for them?
I don't know. Not soon enough.
Because if it were for this game, that'd be interesting. Because with him and Kayvon Thibodeau, you think that'd give him a little bit better chance at containing
Kayvon.
He's playing really good.
Kayvon Thibodeau.
You're mixing him with
Kayvon
Chason.
Chason.
Yeah.
Wait, who plays for no? I just think with both of them, they have a much better chance of containing Lamar Jackson. But I don't know, for some reason, I feel like I'm seeing the future a little bit. I just feel like Lamar is gonna have a game, and that the Giants don't have the offense to keep up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm on the Ravens minus 5. That was my third pick.
Oh, you are on the Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the Giants, dude.
I know.
And
Anytime I see him
Saquon's-
getting points, I'm like,
They're doing that Wildcat with Saquon. Yeah, especially
Yeah.
5. They're doing that. I've been talking about the Giants defense for a while. I like the Giants defense.
yeah,
And they have no weapons at wide receiver, but Daniel Jones makes shit happen, dude.
Yeah.
I like Daniel Jones.
I do too.
Yeah.
His ability to scramble, and he will fucking hang in the pocket, take a hit. Like,
Yeah, he's tough.
he'll go win you football games.
All right.
That's another guy. Situation matters. Because they're like, oh, he's on the hot seat. He might be out after this year. If he wants to come on down to the fucking South, dude, I'll take Daniel Jones. I like Daniel Jones a lot.
Did y'all see Odell went and visited the Giants?
Yeah, he's going to visit everybody. He's on a fucking college recruiting tour. I don't give two shits. Go, just make up your mind. Like, let's get on with it. They said he's going to visit New Orleans. He's going to visit Tampa. He'll go to Tampa. He'll go with Tom Brady. Just go.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go. Julio's banged up. They're going to fucking pitch the fuck out of Odell. Just go. I'm tired. I don't fucking – he's going dancing fucking like a goddamn fucking showgirl hanging out with everybody on the sidelines. Just, are you playing or not? I fucking hate – I know he's going to go to Tampa. That's what aggravates me. I know he's going to go to Tampa. Everybody goes to Tampa and goes to run fucking suck Tom Brady's dick. So – and he needs it sucked because he ain't getting sucked by his fucking wife, his soon-to-be former wife. Tom Brady sold his fucking soul for nothing other than 7 Super Bowls. But this year, he could have rode off into the sunset. They'd have got divorced regardless. They don't fucking like each other. You don't get divorced over coming back to play one goddamn year of football. You just get mad. You don't get divorced. She doesn't fucking like him, and I don't blame him. He's weird. Let's call a spade a spade. He's weird. He tongue-kissed his kid.
Yeah, he's weird as fuck.
All right, I got my lock.
Yeah, that's what I got.
All right, that's all we got left. All right, the most important bet of the week for the NFL, and I'm on a 3-game winning streak, so I'm leading it off. Monday night, the Broncos fucking suck. I'm taking the Chargers minus 5. The Broncos suck. Russell Wilson sucks. I don't know how many times I got to say it. Chargers minus 5 in a get-right spot. Even though they may have won last week, I don't know. Don't care. The Broncos suck. They did win. They should have lost, but they won.
Yeah.
Give me the Chargers.
No, the Chargers are really good. They're a legitimate Super Bowl contender in my.
No, I know. I
eyes.
wouldn't expect them to be at 3-2 though. Getting
Yeah.
blown out by Jacksonville. So,
Yeah, that was a surprise, but
At what point?
to win last week, that was tough.
No, the Browns are good.
Yeah.
A lot of people think like the Browns don't suck at all. Their defense is fucking really good, and they're sitting at 2-3, nearly 3-2 like just kind of coasting until Deshaun Watson comes back.
Yeah.
It's like, what are they going to be when Deshaun Watson
Right.
comes back? If they are above 500 when Deshaun Watson comes back, it's like, that's how fucking good the team
Yeah,
is.
and the division is I don't think anyone's really in control over there.
Browns, Steelers,
Bengals.
Yeah. No, nobody's in control.
Who's the fourth team?
Ravens?
Yes. Also not really
Yeah.
in control. So, yeah, it's up for grabs. And, I mean, when he comes back, he just happened to fall to where he comes back against his old team. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. But, yeah, give me the Chargers at home. Fuck the Broncos. Goddamn Russell Wilson, my fantasy quarterback. I mean, sure, I'm sitting at 5-0 in both leagues. I understand. But it's like I could be still 5-0, but with a lot more points scored if Russell Wilson wasn't sucking so bad. I don't get the credit I deserve in Madden, and I don't get the credit I deserve in fantasy. It's lonely sitting up at the top. Me and Zach were tied for first place. Now we're no longer tied. I mean, what can you do? You draft Saquon Barkley at the end of the second round. What do you expect? I said while we were there, I said Saquon's going to make or break my fantasy season. And what is he doing? He's making it. Looked like he broke his fucking collarbone in London.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be seen. And then all of a sudden he's running a goddamn...
Yeah, I was like, he's back?
He's running a crossing route, running down the sideline. Oh, man. But yeah, no, I mean, I can't be stopped in fantasy. Both leagues, 5-0.
Yeah.
10 opportunities to lose a fantasy game this year. Haven't lost one.
You think you're going to go undefeated?
No. But I could. But I also had the best team last year. Wasn't even close. Had the best team by far. And was an idiot and traded away Deebo Samuel. Still had the best team. And then COVID hit. There's no COVID this year. So I'm back to get what's mine.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I'm back to get what's mine. So you and him and Joseph,
Don't count me out.
bottom of the barrel.
Don't count me out.
I'm not
Yeah,
counting
I'm
you.
the
down
best worst
Joseph.
team.
I'm not counting you out, but y'all are bottom of the barrel.
I'm the best worst team.
It's a bad look. He's always down there until fucking somehow squeaks in like once every 4 years. But y'all are always, not y'all, but currently y'all are bottom of the barrel.
I'm the best worst team.
That's fine. I'm the best team.
Well,
I have half my team out.
I have the best team.
shut up, Justin.
I have the best team without a quarterback. That shows how good my fucking team is. If Russell Wilson was doing what people like kind of thought he could, I thought he would with Denver.
Yeah, no, he's in my other league.
I
The
still
sleeper league.
think it's one of those like they have so many weapons. Javonte Williams being out sucks because that's dump off shit, like easy points for him potentially. But I still feel like they have so many weapons. Cortland Sutton's putting up numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Paired him with Cortland Sutton. I'm out of here.
They use him right. Get him outside the pocket.
Yeah, I know. Stop trying to make him be something that he's not.
Yeah, he's like trying to sit in the pocket all day. It's like, bro.
Yeah. No. Okay. You gave yours. I gave mine. Justin, what is your lock of the week?
Wait, I didn't give my lock.
You did not?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's the Bills. The
Oh.
Bills minus 2.5 against the Chiefs. Going on the road in Arrowhead to get
Revenge game.
revenge.
Revenge game.
Yeah, it's just the total team. The Bills' defense, the pass rush, they built this team to beat the Chiefs.
Yes.
So I'm going with the Bills minus 2.5.
And we're in agreement there, like we talked about with the games that me and Nick are in agreement on. More times than not, it's going to hit. You're going to find yourself at the window. Bills, remember what happened. Bad taste in their mouth. They might win this game by double digits.
Yeah, I mean, just look at what the Raiders were able to do.
There's a recipe to beat Patrick Mahomes.
And I'm not sure the Raiders are using Adams exactly how they
No,
should. They
they're
just
not.
send them deep every damn play
Yeah,
and
they
hope
do.
they get 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, I was thinking
A
that. I was
game.
like, how are you not able to dial up some intermediate routes and just get him the football?
I mean, he had 3 receptions for like 122 yards and 2 touchdowns, but it's
Oh,
like,
I know.
dude, he should be getting 10 receptions.
Trust me, I
or
know.
8.
I came from the rafters and fucking upset Joseph.
Oh
He's
yeah,
down
I did
60.
that. I did that to Zach in our other league because I had Adams and Carr starting, so I got the
I did too.
quadruple
Oh, I
fucking
did too.
bonus. Fucking
Look, I text
like a slot machine.
I
going
text
off.
Joseph because Joseph's such a fucking woe is me when it comes to fantasy. My luck. I texted him. I said, let's see. As soon as it started with the first deep ball,
Mm-hmm.
I said, I said, I put the eye emoji. I said, what a start for me in the Dynasty League. Still 0% chance I win. I had to lose eventually. Congrats. Reverse jinx the fuck out of him. And then he goes, can't help Waller's out first play. I said, okay, well, even if he played, though, may not matter. Because before that, I sent the crying laughing faces when he gets the last because I'm telling Lindsay, I was like, we need 17 to score a touchdown. And they run the ball with Jacobs for like 40 yards down the sideline. And she's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, no, not yeah. I said, we need him to throw it, and preferably to 17. And then the ball's in the air on the last touchdown before he catches it. She's like, there you go. And like walks out of the room. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, okay, good. I sent Joseph. I was like, well, sucks to suck. But yeah, from the rafters came in. I can't be beaten.
Yeah, I also had Carlson, though, who fucking put on a kicking performance like no other.
He hasn't missed in like nearly 40 kicks.
250-yarders.
Yeah. No, he hasn't missed in like 40 fucking kicks. So you're on the Bills. I'm also on the Bills. It's your lock of the week. Justin, what is your lock of the week?
Do I get the music?
Well, typically we don't redo the music, but I will. Go ahead.
I'm taking that trash bag son of a bitch at the Commanders. I'm taking Carson Wentz +1. He's not losing 5 in a row. I think Commanders are going to really get going here. I mean, they're not going to lose to the fucking Bears. It's Thursday night.
How do you feel about that?
Good.
You sound like the referee when dude, I was dying. Big Cat is so fucking good with how like just the shit he comes up with. The referee whenever the referee got on the mic and you could tell he needed to clear his throat. He's like, oh, the blah, 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 blah. It's I can't remember what the call was, but then Big Cat put the caption. He was like, the Chiefs fans are so ruthless. They have the referee about to cry, and when you listen to it from that perspective, it sounds like he's getting choked up, like his feelings are hurt. Dude, I was dying. Me and Lindsay were cracking up watching that shit like on repeat. It's just the shit they come up with so quick because I saw it and didn't think anything of it, and their brain tells them like, oh, take that, fucking tweet it out, like the content. I was dying laughing because it sounded like he was like, personal foul, like he was about to fucking break down in tears. All right, I don't get how you make that your lock. If I'm being honest, I'm on the game, and I agree, but a lock on the road? That's ballsy. I hope you're right, though.
Me too.
Yeah, I do as well.
You were the NFL guy last year. Nothing?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm the NFL guy now.
I mean, you had an all-time display.
Yeah, I
last
mean,
year.
I'll still come back. I'm still going to finish above 500.
You think?
Yeah. I got some work to do, but
Where are you at now?
8-13-1. Coming off of his worst week probably in a year and a half.
Yeah, you got some work to do, kid.
I
I wonder how much Robinson's going to play.
A lot.
You think?
Yeah, he's rushing for 200 yards. I told you. All right, recap our NFL picks, and then we'll do our top 3 Madden covers. Thursday night, Commanders +1, Rams -10.5, Cowboys +5, Bills -2.5, and Chargers -5. So we have 3 picks the same? Yes.
Yeah.
My lock of the week is Chargers -5.
I'm on Washington +1. I'm on the Bills -2.5 is my lock of the week. And then I'm on the Cowboys +5.
All right, Justin.
I'm on the Ravens -5 against the Giants, Rams -10.5 against the Panthers, and my lock of the week is the Commanders +1 against the Bears on Thursday night.
All righty, there you go. That is our NFL picks. Nick is cashing in at an all-time clip currently. And like I said, we're fighting, just keeping our head above water, and we are nearly there. I'm just realizing I'm pretty much maxed out on my credit this week, so it's going to be a critical week for me. So wish me luck, if anybody. All right, top 3 Madden covers of all time. I'll let you go first, starting 3-1.
Oh, all right. Well, this one was like Madden 2004, Michael Vick. If Michael Vick wasn't in the Falcons uniform, then I'd put him number one. My dad would kill me if I put Mike Vick in the Falcons uniform number one. My mom got me a Mike Vick jersey once when I was a kid. My dad threatened to burn it if I ever wore it to
But it
his
was an
house.
Eagles jersey, right?
No, the first one I had was a Falcons jersey. I wore it over. He said if I wear it back, he's gonna burn it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Number two, probably my favorite player of all time, Madden 09, the 20th anniversary, Brett Favre.
Oh man, he stole from the poor.
That was an accident. It's a misunderstanding.
He stole from
It's
the
a big
poor.
misunderstanding, trust me. And then number one, I just think it's the coolest one, Madden 10, the dual players with Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald.
Really, I hated that one. I don't know why. I guess maybe because it was the first dual player.
That was the year the Saints won the Super Bowl.
It was. Yeah, I don't know. That one never did it for me. Maybe just like that Madden game itself just wasn't that great, and it just put a bad taste in my mouth. But all right, 3-1. I'm in agreement with you on number 3. 04, Michael Vick. Michael Vick was so fucking good in Madden.
Oh, yeah.
He was unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Yeah, there was this one play. It might have been in a later Madden, but before he got kicked out.
I think
It was him and Work Done. You could just roll out Michael Vick to the right,
yep.
and if the defense came up to tackle Michael Vick, then you threw it to Work Done, and it was a touchdown. If they followed Work Done, then it was a touchdown for Mike Vick with the scramble.
Yep.
So cheat code.
My number 2. So I could put Drew Brees up there. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I actually have that game too. I think it's at my dad's. That's one to keep, like, just like as a memento.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2 for me is 2005, Ray Lewis on the cover. It was an all-time game, but obviously Ray Lewis is one of my favorite players of all time. Ray Lewis murdered people on the field and off. But that was like you could create a fan. I remember that was the first, like,
Yeah.
they were trying to step out and like get crazy with your customization. But that Madden was probably really like, I played all the other ones, but 05 was when I was old enough to really start playing. And I just, that one always stood out to me. And then number 1 for me, I'm going to go 2016. I'm going to put Odell on the cover with the catch.
Okay.
One of the best catches, the best catch of all time. Also, just that Madden alone, I really liked.
Yeah, it was a good year.
But that cover's sick. I mean, granted, I put a little bit of an asterisk by it because it's not really his actual catch. Like, that's not the actual, but
It's a mimic or a reenactment.
but he was so damn good. Like, when that one came out, I thought that was sick. So that's my 3-1. I have a couple honorable mentions that I'll touch on after Justin, and then I have a couple worst covers of all time, which we could do a top 3 on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not.
I mean, there's really 2 big ones, you know?
Yeah, Justin, give us your top 3.
Well, I mean, my number 3 is y'all's number 3. It's Madden 04, Mike Vick. And then my number 2 is the Madden 10, like what Nick said. And then my number 1 is the Madden 11 with Drew Brees on it.
Okay.
Are we giving an honorable mention?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's the 2021 one. Or it could be the 2022, but it's the Lamar Jackson, the MVP edition one, where he's in like the black.
Yeah,
I
that's,
know which one you're talking about.
that's 2021. So with these,
That's kind of, they changed it to these new school looking.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's
They have like 3 different versions.
yeah,
so.
exactly. I once it hits like 2021, pretty much is when I like kind of cap it, just because like after 2020 should be the cap because of this new, like they're getting into more like artwork type of shit, I guess.
Do I give my worst one too?
In a second. Let's see. My honorable mention would be I liked 13 with Calvin Johnson on the cover. I really loved Calvin Johnson as a player, but that might be the peak of my Madden performance. Nobody was fucking with me in 2013. Nobody. But then I feel like I feel like I love 2003 too. Marshall Faulk. That was like the first Madden that I actually like really remember playing. But
yeah,
I would say
had that one that was the first one that I owned personally for PlayStation 2.
But there's two for me worst covers of all time.
Yeah.
Everybody's number one's got to be the
Right.
same, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's say the name of the player.
Say it too?
Everybody at the same time say the name of the player, not the name of the Madden. The name of the player.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Peyton
Hillis.
Hillis.
You didn't say it. Oh, you don't even fucking know.
No, I have a different one.
Well, what was the?
Where you were supposed to say?
Yeah, that's the 3, 2, 1. Everybody say it. Yeah, it's Peyton Hillis. What is yours?
The Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady one, where they're kind of just like staring there, looking down at it.
Well, that's 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I cap at 2020.
Yeah, that's 2022. That's this year's. Wait.
No, this year was John Madden. Oh well, yeah,
Okay,
it was
that's
in
last
2021, but it's Madden 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin, you just completely. I thought I was I not transparent there? 3, 2, 1. We all fucking say the name. The other one for me is Vince Young.
Yeah.
Vince Young, come on, what are we doing? But yeah, that's my top 3.
Yeah, I mean, look, in 2001 and 2002, I played those. Like you had to press X for hut, but then you had to press X again to pass.
Yeah.
It wasn't the
I do
press
remember
X
that.
and then
You had to hit X
immediate-
to like bring up the icons and shit.
Eddie George and Dante Culpepper,
Yep.
legends.
Randy Moss was nasty.
Yeah.
Randy Moss on the Vikings. Yeah. Well, that's my top 3. All right. Episode 128. You got anything to say before we go,
Good luck, everybody.
Justin?
Yeah, good luck.
All right. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're listening, head on over to YouTube. Just type in Big Easy Bets. Go hit subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. The first 100 subscribers will be entered in to $100 for a 100 subscriber giveaway. And if I had to guess, it'll probably turn into a $200 for 200 subscribers giveaway. All you got to do is subscribe, and you're in. We appreciate it. Everybody who takes the time to listen, we thank you. Episode 128 in the books. Y'all have a good one. Who dat?
The house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. I've been practicing this, a little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.